breakfast. And breakfast. And breakfast means morning here at Business Garden Inn and Suites and Hotel Room Inn.
Welcome to Watch Mojo's Second-Hand Cringe. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times SNL hosts broke character. Number 10, Justin Timberlake. Barry Gibb talk show. Bee Gees singers. If anyone has proven themselves to be an SNL all-star, it's Justin Timberlake. To join the Five-Timers Club, you can't be a slouch in the comedian department, but even five-timers fall sometimes. In one of Timberlake's earlier performances on the show, he did a skit with Jimmy Fallon titled The Barry Gibb Talk Show. In the skit, Fallon plays the titular Gibb, taking on the singer's signature falsetto and speaking voice. Number 9, Janet Jackson, Cork Soakers. To Janet's credit, it's pretty hard to watch this sketch and not crack a smile. Jimmy Fallon, Horatio Sanz, and other members of the SNL cast play a group of Italian winemakers who are teaching a group of tourists about their craft. Through the sketch, they all take turns saying the words cork soaker multiple times in very thick Italian accents. We'll give you a few moments to figure out what that sounds like.
I love soaking a cork. I could soak a cork all night long if they let me.
Number 8, Emily Blunt, Escorts. You'd think a star like Emily Blunt would have hosted Saturday Night Live multiple times, so you might be surprised to learn the actress only has one hosting gig under her belt so far. She did a wonderful job by our standards, but there was one skit where she sort of lost her cool. In a skit called Escorts, Blunt and cast member Leslie Jones play two escorts who get very specific about what they will and will not do. Blunt mostly keeps it together through the first part of the sketch.
Oopsie doopsie, I muffed it up again.
Number 7, Larry David, new wife. Veteran comedians are known for their ability to keep character no matter how funny the situation. So it's a wonderful but rare treat when someone like Larry David can't help but laugh at a sketch. David was a writer for SNL during its 10th season and came back years later to play Bernie Sanders during season 41. But it was during one of his hosting stints that he caught a case of the giggles. In a skit called New Wife, David introduces his friends to his very young new wife, played by Cecily Strong.
Yeah, you guys can come, but you gotta bring 3 friends, and they have to be either buff, cute, or rude. 2 out of 3.
Number 6, Jamie Foxx, Main Justice. Saturday Night Live has had some pretty strange running skits over the years, but one of the oddest has to be Main Justice.
Okay, y'all take a seat. Y'all take a seat right here, right now.
SNL veteran Justin Timberlake once starred in this sketch, but today we want to honour Jamie Foxx's turn. The sketch itself is absolutely ridiculous. The people in a courtroom in Maine act like they're from the Louisiana Bayou, confusing a character who's from out of town. If we're being honest, Jason Sudeikis' accent alone would have probably made us laugh way earlier in the sketch. Number 5, Billie Eilish, Hotel Ad. When a host doesn't have a lot of comedy chops under their belt, it's easy to see why some of the skits that Saturday Night Live writers come up with might throw them off their game. So is the case for Billie Eilish, who hosted the show in 2021 and did surprisingly well for a first-time host, especially one so young. One of her best skits was Hotel Ad, in which Eilish lent her impeccable monotone voice to a very strange and off-putting commercial for a hotel.
Want to see the local sites? Ask our concierge, Doreen. But be warned, she's having a hard month every month.
Number 4, Margot Robbie, actress Roundtable. Sometimes a skit hits a little too close to home. On Margot Robbie's only time hosting the show so far, one of the skits she did was a spoof of an actress's roundtable discussion, featuring Robbie doing a fairly good Keira Knightley impression. The other cast members are also playing younger, real actresses, all except for Kate McKinnon, who is playing a fake actress named Debette Goldry, who is much older and worked during the golden age of Hollywood.
It's a pleasure to be alive.
Number 3, Sha Hayes, Jeffries. Not many actors are well known for a singular character as Sha Hayes is, but Jack from Will and Grace is one of the most indelible sitcom characters of all time. So it makes sense that Hayes would be given a character semi-similar to Jack on his Saturday Night Live stint in 2001. Think Jack, but a little more hipster. In this skit, Hayes and Jimmy Fallon play a couple of sales clerks at a store called Jeffrey's, who mock and belittle every customer who comes in. Hayes mostly keeps it together during the skit, but when Will Ferrell rolls in on a motorized scooter, well, that's the end of Hayes' straight face.
We're going to the Dolce & Gabbana show. How fast can you have your bags packed for Milan?
Number 2, Kevin Hart, Barnes & Noble firing. And once again, we get a veteran comedian who can't quite keep it together. But to Kevin Hart's credit, this Barnes & Noble sketch is one of the funniest the show has produced in its later years. Hart plays a manager at a Barnes & Noble store who has to fire one of his employees. Thinking they're on the chopping block, Cecily Strong and Bobby Moynihan begin insulting their co-workers within an inch of their lives.
Trenton! Oh! Why do you always look so wet?
Why?
Number 1, Ryan Gosling, Close Encounter. When you make Ryan Gosling break character this badly, the only choice is to do it again. And that's exactly what Saturday Night Live did. When Ryan Gosling first appeared in the Close Encounter sketch, there was no way we could have known just how iconic this appearance would come to be. The sketch portrays 3 people who are abducted by aliens and asked to tell the government about their experience, and marks another instance of Kate McKinnon making people absolutely lose it. As soon as she gets going, Gosling is absolutely down for the count.
So I had to just chill up there with my damn coot and prune shoe hanging out till the place opened up.